Hello, a warm welcome to you from SGT University. I am Dr. Nutan Sharma, Faculty of Science. Today we will be learning about drug receptor families. Let us first see the definition of the receptor. Receptor is the regulatory protein located on the surface or inside the target cell that serves to recognize the appropriate ligand and initiate the response to it, but itself has no other function. In the introduction to drug receptor families, I will be covering briefly the four main types of receptors, which are ligand-gated ion channels, G-protein coupled receptors, enzyme link receptors, and intracellular receptors. Let us begin by first looking at ligand-gated ion channels. These receptors are found on cell membranes which are coupled to ion channels. They allow the movement of ions such as sodium, potassium, or chloride to move from inside to the outside or from outside to the inside of cell through these protein structures. Here we have taken sodium channel as an example, in which a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine serves as the ligand. In skeletal muscles, the acetylcholine binds to a site on the sodium channel receptor when it is released by motor neurons. A conformational change occurs in the channel structure when it binds to that site, which then opens the channel up, and as a result, sodium then is able to pass from outside the cell to the inside of the cell, and when sodium enters the cell, it causes depolarization. This is a very rapid response that occurs within milliseconds and is responsible for contraction of skeletal muscle and nerve conduction of action potentials. Now we will learn about a second type of receptor family, which is called as G-protein coupled receptors. G-protein coupled receptors, called GPCRs, are transmembrane proteins made up of a single polypeptide chain and span 7 times through the plasma membrane. Each receptor has an N-terminal extracellular domain and a C-terminal intracellular domain. Ligands such as peptide hormones, which cannot pass through the cell membrane, bind to the extracellular domain and trigger intracellular signaling cascades, which mediate the function of that particular ligand. G-proteins are a group of membrane resident proteins which recognize the activated GPCRs and relay their messages in order to elicit the cellular effects of the ligand. G-protein consists of 3 subunits, alpha, beta, and gamma. The gamma subunit is anchored to the plasma membrane via a fatty acid chain. In the resting state, G-protein exists as the alpha, beta, gamma trimer, which may or may not be pre-coupled to the receptor. And in the resting state, GDP is bound to the alpha subunit of the G-protein. When an agonist molecule binds with the receptor, a conformational change occurs. This causes interaction of the receptor with the G-protein. This reaction occurs within around 50 milliseconds. GDP dissociates from the alpha subunit and GTP binds. This causes the activation of G-protein and release of the alpha GTP fragment and beta gamma dimer from each other. Alpha GTP and beta gamma dimer are the active forms of the G-protein. Alpha GTP combined with effector enzymes like adenylyl cyclase and phospholipase C activate them. Beta gamma subunit mainly binds to ion channels or kinases and activate them. 4 types of pharmacologically important G-proteins have been identified. They are G-stimulatory, G-inhibitory, G-naught, and GQ proteins. Now let us discuss a bit about the adenylyl cyclase pathway. The adenylyl cyclase is a membrane-bound enzyme which is activated by G-stimulatory proteins and inhibited by G-inhibitory proteins. When activated, it catalyzes the conversion of ATP into cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP activates cyclic AMP dependent protein kinases, and these kinases cause phosphorylation of certain enzymes according to the agonist molecule which bound to the receptor. In the phospholipase C pathway, when the agonist binds with the receptor, it activates a GQ protein. Activated GQ protein then activates the enzyme phospholipase C. This enzyme catalyzes the cleavage of phosphoinositol biphosphate and diacylglycerol and inositol triphosphate. The IP3 receptor, which is a ligand-gated calcium channel, is located on the membrane of the endoplasmic reticulum. Binding of IP3 with its receptor causes release of calcium ions into the cytoplasm. Thus, the main goal of IP3 is to increase the cytosolic calcium ion concentration. These calcium ions aid in muscle contraction and activation of certain enzymes. DAG causes increase in protein kinase C levels within the cell, which causes for elation of certain proteins and enzymes. Third category of receptors are enzyme-linked receptors. Examples include receptors for insulin, receptors for growth factors like EGF or PDGF, receptors for immune cytokines. In enzyme-linked receptors, the transmembrane protein of the receptor are enzymes or closely associated with enzyme. For example, tyrosine kinase receptor. The binding of the ligand induces dimerization of the receptor, which activates its tyrosine kinase activity through autophosphorylation and phosphorylates other intracellular enzymes sequentially. The phosphorylation status of the enzyme may result in activation or inactivation, resulting in various cellular responses. Finally, the last type of receptor is what we call intracellular receptors. In this case, the ligand needs to be lipophilic so that it can diffuse through the lipid bilayer membrane into the cytoplasm of the cell wall. Aldosterone is a lipid soluble hormone that can easily diffuse through the plasma membrane inside the cell. Aldosterone binds with an aldosterone receptor molecule in the cytoplasm. The aldosterone receptor complex moves into the nucleus and binds to DNA. The binding of the aldosterone receptor complex to DNA stimulates the synthesis of messenger RNA, which codes for specific proteins. The binding of the aldosterone receptor complex to DNA stimulates the synthesis of messenger RNA, which codes for specific proteins. The messenger RNA moves from the nucleus into the cytoplasm and binds to ribosomes, where it directs the synthesis of specific proteins. These proteins produce the response of the cell to aldosterone. So today we covered drug receptor families, and the next time we meet, we will be exploring ion channel receptors. Keep learning, keep growing. See you next time.